Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Am I visible? Okay, so guys, till now we have studied what is hashing. We have also studied an algorithm for string matching using hashing, right? Okay. Now, when we talk about strings, there is a vast majority of problems based on strings which can be solved using hashing. Okay, so hash map is a very powerful tool when it comes to solving problems of strings. Okay, so we are going to study a few problems today. We will be solving some problems based on strings which can be solved using hashing, and we'll also be solving a problem which will involve some other techniques. But majority of the problems can be solved using hashing. Okay, and before we start today's class, everyone, please congratulate Varun for his performance in the previous test. So Varun has been the top performer in the previous test. So we will crown Varun. Okay. Okay, so some of you are asking for the editorials of the problems given to you yesterday. Guys, please don't give up so easily. You have only spent a day or a half day with those problems. Spend some more time, okay, and then look for the solution. Try to figure out the solution yourself. Give more time, struggle a little more, and then look for the solutions. Okay. Okay, so let us start the class with a very easy type of a problem. Let us say that you are given a string. Okay, let's say that this string is interview bit. Okay, you have to find what is the first non-repeating character. Okay, first non-repeating character means in the given string, some characters might be repeating, some might not be repeating. So which is the character, which is the first character which is non-repeating? Okay, so in this case, we can see that I is a character which is repeating in this string. So this is definitely not going to be an answer, right? N is actually the first non-repeating character because there is no N after this N, right? So N becomes the answer for this case. Okay. Let us take another string. For example, let us say scalar academy free classes. If this is the string, what should be the answer? If this is the string, we can see that S is repeating multiple times in this string, so S cannot be the answer. C is also repeating. C also cannot be the answer. A is also repeating. L is also repeating. Okay, E is also repeating. R is going to be, R is also repeating. Okay, D is the answer, right? So in this case, D becomes the answer. Okay, Scalar Academy free classes. D is the first non-repeating character in this string. Okay, so is the problem clear to everyone? If the problem is clear, can you guys quickly tell me some thoughts which are coming to your mind regarding this problem? So defending champion Varun says hash map. Right, right. Azim, that is in the right direction. Diksha, that is correct. Correct. So, guys, I can see that most of you are able to give the correct approach. So, we'll quickly discuss the solution. Okay. There are no white space. Okay. You can assume that there are no white space in this string. Okay. This string has no white space. Okay. So, what is the minimum information that we need to return this answer? The minimum information that we need is, first is that I want, so I will just write what is the info needed. Okay, first thing is, since I want to find first non-repeating character. Non-repeating character means a character which is occurring exactly one time, right? A character which is present in this string exactly one time. So the first information that I need is what is the count of all the characters in the string, right? So what is the frequency of each character? Because only if I have the frequency of each character, then only I can comment whether the characters are coming one time or multiple times, right? So this is the basic info which is required. The second basic info is, since I also want the first non-repeating character, so this information will give me which all characters are repeating, which all are non-repeating. If for solving this problem, I also want which is the first such character. So I will also have to check the order, right? The order of character in which they are appearing in this string, right? So now, how can I compute the frequency of each character? Is there a very easy way to do that? Now, since you have studied hashing, you have studied hash map, you have also studied Rabin-Karp. Can you guys figure out a very easy way to compute the frequency of each character? Right, you can use a hash map, right? Or you can even use an array of size 26. That will also suffice, right? You can use an array or maybe a hash map for each and every character. If you are using an array, index 0 will correspond to the frequency of character A, index 1 corresponds to the frequency of array B. So if this is a string of only let's say small case characters, then you can use an array of size 25. If you are including each and every character, then you can use an array of size 256. Or what you can do is you can have a hash map. Both of them are same thing. So a hash map of character and integer. Okay, this will also suffice. Now, once you have a hash map or maybe a map array, what you can do is you can iterate over this array, iterate over this string, and you can count the frequency of each and every character, right? So let us say that A, B, C, A, C, B, D, E. If let's say this is the string that we have, okay. Now, if I am if I want to build a hash map, after I iterate over this array and keep the count of frequency of each and every character, I will have something like this, right? A, B, C, D, E. All the unique characters will become the key, and corresponding to each and every unique character, we'll be having a count. Right? So against A, we'll be having 2. Against B, we'll be having again 2. C is also 2. let us also have F and G. Okay, then and another C. Okay, so C, count of C will be 3. Count of D is going to be exactly once. Count of E is 2 for F1 and G1, right? So now we have got the frequencies of each and every character. Okay. Now, what is the second information which is needed? The order of the characters, right? So now, after building this array, we know that these are the characters which are appearing exactly one time in this string, but we want to return the first such character. So how can we return the first such character? We need the order. Do we have the order already? Yes, right. We already have the order stored in this string. So again, we can iterate over this string and we can check for each and every character, right? So if you again iterate over this string, you can check character wise character whether this character is a character with single occurrence. No. So A is removed. Then you go to B. B is also not occurring exactly one time. C is also not occurring exactly one time. A again is not occurring. C can be skipped. B can be skipped. Then when you come to D, you see that D is such a character which is occurring exactly one time. And this is the first character that we have seen till now while iterating the string from left to right, right? So D becomes the answer. Okay, so how are we going to solve the problem? First, we build the frequency array, or first we build the frequency hash map, and then again we iterate over this string, and character by character we check whether this character is a single occurring character or multiple times occurring character. If it is a single occurring character, we just return this. Okay. Now, some of you are suggesting that taking XOR can solve the problem. No, taking XOR cannot solve the problem because it is not guaranteed that all the other characters are occurring even number of times, right? So XOR is not going to cancel each and everything. In this case, if you can just take what is the XOR of this, so A and A will cancel out, B and B will cancel out, right? E and E will cancel out, but then you will be left with the XOR of C, D, F, and G, and you don't get any useful information from here, right? So XOR is not going to solve this problem. Then second option that is proposed is, can we do it using sorting? Shubhadeep, if you sort the if you sort the characters, you lose the order, right? But you need the first non-repeating character first in this given string. So sorting again cannot solve this problem. You will have to solve this problem using this way only. Okay, is this clear to everyone? Okay, let us solve another very interesting problem. So now you guys should keep an eye on this thing, that how hashmap is enabling you to solve this problem very easily, right? Okay, let's move on to the next problem. The next problem says that you are given two strings. Okay, and you have to tell whether the strings are isomorphic or not. Do you guys remember what are isomorphic? What does isomorphic means in terms of chemistry? We used to study, right, isomorphic polymers or isomorphic compounds. So you are given two strings, you have to check whether the strings are isomorphic or not. In the context of this question, the meaning of isomorphic is that if you replace each and every character of string A by each and every character of string of the second string, you get the same string. Okay, so right, so there has to be a symmetry between these two strings. For example, if I have a string add and another string egg, right? So now if I just replace A by E and D by G, I get the I get the second string. Okay, there has to be a symmetry between them. By symmetry in this case, we mean that there has to be a one-to-one mapping between the characters. Okay, so can I say that ABC is isomorphic to X, Y, Z? Is this correct? Yes, this is correct, right? Because you can replace A by X, B by Y, and C by Z. So this is absolutely correct. Okay. Let us take another example. If I say that I will have, let's say, ABB replaced by CAC. Is this correct? So in this case, I can replace A by C, then I can replace B by A, but to make it correct, I will have to replace B by C for the third character, right? But we already have a mapping for B, which is A. So I cannot have another mapping for B. So this is wrong. Okay. So now is the problem clear to everyone? You have to have a one-to-one mapping between the characters of string A to characters of string B. Okay, again, just if you have any thoughts regarding the solution, just write it in the comments. Two hash maps for each string and their character frequency. Okay, Azim, do you need the character frequency here? Map of character string with each other. Yes, Akshat, that will work. But do you need a one-way mapping or a two-way mapping? First, check if strings are of same length. Okay, if they are, use a hash map and check if it already there in the map. Sai Kiran, you are saying that you will build a map for character to character map, right? If that is the case, then it's correct. Can we take ASCII difference between two strings? Heyman, just take some examples and check if that is going to work. Dictionary with each character mapping. Okay, Vignesh, that is in the right direction, but will that solve the problem? Okay, now the most commonly sent approach that I can see is that take a hash map, right, which is a character to character hash map. And in this hash map, we'll be keeping a mapping of characters of string A to characters of string B, right? So the key is going to be the characters of string A, right? So let's say that if I am creating the map for these two strings, I will map A to C, then I map B to A, and every time when I'm adding an entry to the map, I always check whether that key is already present or not. So when I add the last mapping, which is B to C, I see that B is already having a mapping, so I can return false. Is this approach clear to everyone? You can directly have a mapping of characters of string A to characters of string B, and while entering the mapping or while inserting the mapping in the hash map, you can just check whether the key is already present or not. If the key is already present, and if the mapping is different, then you can return false, right? Is this approach correct? I can see it's clear to most of you, but is it correct? Let's take an example. Okay, so I'm just wiping out all these. Let's take a new example. What if I have string A is AB, second string is AA, right? What should be the answer for this case? Should it be true? Should it be false? Should this be true? This should be false, right? Because I am having a mapping from A to A. And then since this A already has a mapping with A, it cannot have a mapping with B. So this should be false. But if we go by this approach, what we will do is we'll put a mapping A to A, and then the next mapping that we are going to put is B to A. We will check the key. Key is not present, right? A is a different key, B is a different key. So we will insert this mapping as well. And according to our approach, this is going to give a right answer, which is wrong. So what do we need to do? We need to see whether there exists a one-to-one mapping. What does one-to-one means in terms of functions? One-to-one means that if A is mapping to this character, A should have exactly one mapping on the right side, and this character should also have exactly one mapping on the other side. So what we'll have to do? We'll have to keep both the mappings, right? So one hash map is not enough. We'll have to have two maps to store both the mappings, right? So both directions should be stored. So what you will be doing is you will be storing A to A. Simultaneously, you will also be storing this reverse mapping. Then you enter B to A, and then the reverse mapping is A to B. Now here you will see that this key is already existing, so this is not possible. So both of them are important. Okay, does this make sense to everyone? Why do we require two hash maps? Because in a single hash map, to check whether A is a value of any other key or not, you will have to iterate over each and every key, right? That is why that is not optimal, and hence we can use two hash maps to store both directions of mappings. Okay, cool. So now I think you should be getting a feel of how to solve string problems using hash maps or maybe using arrays of constant size, right? What is the time complexity here? What is the time complexity of this problem? So we are iterating all the both the strings exactly once, right? And then we are putting in the map, and then we are checking in the map. So whenever you use a map, especially if you are using an unordered map in C, or if you are using a hash map, we assume that the average time complexity of insertion or lookup in the map is order 1, right? So going by this assumption, the time complexity of this problem is nothing but order n, where n is the string length, the minimum out of the two strings. Okay. Will we code these problems on some code editor? Shrestha, you can code, or like there is an assignment based on strings as well. You can also attempt that assignment. Some of these problems are there in the assignment. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next problem. Will this logic work for ABB and BBA? Yes, Pratyusha, check it yourself. Will this work or not? Okay. You store a mapping from A. So what Pratyusha is asking, she is saying that there is a string ABB and then BBA. Okay. So you store a mapping from A to B. Simultaneously, you store another mapping from B to A. Right. Then you store a mapping from B to B in this map, and here again, you try to store the mapping from B to B, but you check that this key is already present with a different value. So this is going to fail. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next problem. The next problem says that you are given a string and you have to remove pairs of duplicate characters uh, placed together. Okay, remove pairs of duplicate characters placed together. For example, what do we mean by this is, let's say that this string is A, B, C, C, D. So now we can see that this is a pair of duplicate characters and it is placed together, which means that these two duplicate characters are placed uh, next to each other. So you have to remove them. So the output that you are going to get is going to be A, B, and D. Okay. Then the next example could be that A, B, C, C, B, D. Okay, not D, D. It should be B, D. Okay. If this is the question, then first what you do is you remove these two. Okay. So let me add something extra here. You have to recursively remove. Okay, recursively remove pairs of duplicate characters, which means that here, if you remove C and C, then the string that you get is A, B, B, D. Now, even in this string, B and B forms a pair of duplicate characters. So you will have to remove this as well. So the final output is going to be AD. Okay. In some of the cases, it might be possible that you will have to return an empty string. For example, if you have A, B, C, C, B, A. In this case, the first removal will remove the two C's. So you get A, B, B, A. Then you get A, right? And then finally you get a empty string. Okay, is the problem clear to everyone? Nikhil has got the solution and Nikhil has posted it multiple times. Good, Nikhil, that is absolutely correct. Can't we use set? Okay, CJ, how are you going to use set in this case? So Prakash is saying that Nikhil is high on weed. Guys, please don't mention anything about drugs on this platform. Okay, weed is a drug which is not legalized in India. If you are using it, you should not be doing that. Okay, now we have a test case. What if the input is A, B, B, G? Okay, if this is the input, then in the first attempt, you can either remove these two B or these two B. Okay, whichever pair you remove, you will be getting A, B, G. And now there is no duplicate character, right? No pair of duplicate characters. So uh, this remains the answer. Okay. Nikhil, please do not promote the use of drugs. Okay, so many of you have given the approach. Should we discuss the solution now? Okay, so one very commonly very easy, or the first approach that comes to the mind is that you actually remove all these characters one by one, right? So what you will have to do is you first remove this pair, and then you get this intermittent output, and then again in this string you check whether there is a pair which is occurring together, then you remove this, right? This is one of the approach, but I think this should be obvious to everyone that this is going to be very unoptimized approach, right? So what should be done now? If you notice in this example, let's say that we have a b c c b d. Okay, if this is the case, right? So I check a and I check b, these two are not same, right? Then I check c, again b and c are not same, right? So what we can do is once we reach C and this C, correct? So now we can see that these two C's are same, correct? So now they have to be removed. But if you are removing this pair, there is a lot of chance that you will get another matching pair before and after these two C's, right? So if you get this pair, what you can do is you can maintain these pointers. So what is the character that you need to check on the left side? On the left side, you need to check the character which occurred just before this pair. On the right side, you need to check the character that occurred just after this pair, right? So you can just maintain 2 pointers and you can check this thing. And a very very easy way to do the exact same thing is if you use a data structure that supports these operations very optimally, right? Do you guys know about such a data structure which can solve this type of a case very easily? You always, so if you are moving from left to right, you are always concerned about the last seen character, right? So if first you see A, then you see B, then you see C, then you see another C. Now you know that you have to remove these two. So these two can be removed. And then comes another B. So what is the character that you need to check? The character which was entered just before C. Okay. So now you remove these two. And then comes let's say you also have A, then comes A, right? So now you have to remove these two. So you always require the visibility of the character which was seen last, right? Or which was seen just before the character that you have removed. So stack is one such data structure that provides us this functionality, and it can be very easy to use. So what you can do is you can maintain a stack, right? And now whenever you get a character, you insert it in this stack. So you get let's say A, you insert it in the stack. Then you insert it in the stack if the stack is empty, right? Now if you get a new character, you first check it with the previously seen character. If these two are same, then you remove both of them. If these two are not same, then you enter this inside the character, so you will be pushing it. Okay, now comes C. Again you check whether this new character is same as the previously seen character. No, so you can again push C as well. Okay, then comes another C. Now you can see that this C is same as the last pushed character, so you can pop this out and ignore this new C as well. So these two are removed. Now you get a B, right? So as we have seen, the concerned character is this B, which was last pushed in this stack before we pushed C, right? So now you check this B with the top of stack, you again see that these two are same, so you can remove this B as well. Then you get D. So now you can see that D is not same as the top of the stack, so you can insert it. Once the complete string is visited, whatever is remaining inside this stack is going to be the answer. Okay, is this approach clear to everyone? Yes, CJ, you can do that. what if it was A, B, C, C, D, B after removing C while checking previous character and next? Okay, let's take the example proposed by Akash. Akash is asking what happens if we have A, B, C, C, D, B. First of all, what should be the answer in this case? The answer should be A remains as it is, B, D, B. This should be the answer, right? These two B will not be removed because they are not together, correct? So if you take a stack, first you enter A, then you get B, B is not same as A, so you enter, then you get C, C is also not same as B, so you push, then you get another C. Now these two C are same, so you pop this C. Then you get D, so you push D, then you get another B, you push B. Whatever is remaining is same as the answer. So it is going to work. Okay. Cool. So should we see another problem? Can we do through recursion? Yes, Ankit, you can do, but that is going to be unoptimal because after you remove one pair, you will again have to iterate over the complete string to check whether there are such pairs or not, right? How can we do it using maps? Okay, so guys, again, all the questions of strings cannot be solved using maps. There is a fixed set of pattern that you can use to where you can use map. For example, any problem where you see that frequency is being talked about, or you are being asked about what is the first occurrence or the last occurrence, right? All those types of problems can be solved using maps, but not all the problems can be solved using maps. Okay, so this cannot be solved using a map. A stack will be a better data structure to solve this problem. Okay, so let us solve one more problem before we end the class. So now this is a very interesting problem, and I want all of you to focus your complete attention here. Okay, Lucky Movies is back. Lucky Movies is asking permutations of string. Permutation of strings, you mean anagram? I think that must have been discussed yesterday, right? Okay, so the next problem, guys, this is the most interesting problem of the day. So please, I require your complete attention in this question. The question says that you are given a string. Okay, and you have to check if you can if you can form this string, or you can construct this given string just by repeating a substring of this string. Okay, if you can construct this given string by repeating any substring of this string. Okay, for example, if the given string is ABC, ABC, ABC. Okay, now if this is the string, so first try to understand the problem. The problem says that you are given a string. You have to check that whether you can construct this given string just by repeating any substring of this string any number of times. For example, in this case, ABC is a repeating substring, right? So you can, what you can do is you can just pick ABC and you can repeat ABC 3 times, and then you get this complete string. Okay. Another example could be that you have AB, 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 AB. right? So in this case, you can just repeat AB 5 times, and then you get this correct this original string, right? Or you can also have something like, let's say, B B B B B B B. So in this case, you can just repeat this substring of size 1 again 5 times, and then you get the original string. Okay. Is the problem clear to everyone? So for this case, you return true. For this case, again, you return true. For this case also, you return true. And let's say if you have something like this. Here, there is no substring by which, by repeating which we can form this string, right? So for this, you will be returning false. Okay. Is the problem clear to everyone? Okay, Prakash has an observation that frequency of every character should be multiple of k. That is absolutely correct. But is that sufficient? Is that a condition that is sufficient to solve this problem? Sai Kiran is also saying, okay, let me take another example. What about A, B, B, B? What about this case? Do you return true here or false here? What is the substring by repeating which you get this string? So frequency of all the characters is same. A is appearing 3 times, B is appearing 3 times. Is there any substring by repeating which I can get this original string? No, right? So this is not going to work. Reverse the string from half of the string, then make a new string. If it is palindrome, okay, that is a very interesting approach, Rajiv. Let us try that out if it's going to work or not. Okay, so I can have something like, let's say, ABC, ABC, ABC. So you are saying that we should reverse this string from half, right? So first of all, from where should I reverse? There are 1, 2, 3, total 9 characters are there. So either I can reverse from here or maybe I can reverse from here as well, right? So let us reverse the last. If I reverse this part, what is the answer that I'm getting? A, B, C, A. B remains as it is. I get C, B, A, C. This is not a palindrome. If I reverse this complete part, then I get A, B, C, A, and then C, B, A, C, B. Again, this is also not a palindrome, right? Rajiv, are you able to see that this is not going to work? Can we do it using 2 pointers? I don't know, Akshat. If you are able to do it, you can just propose your approach. Sliding window, Dikshit Garg. Dikshit, is Dikshit your name? Or sliding window, how are you going to use a sliding window? You don't know what is the size of the substring. The substring can be of size 3. This substring can be of size 1. This substring can be of size 2. This substring can be of size of any size, right? Check if repeating pattern as in Rabin-Karp. Okay, so Tuhin, you will be checking for substrings of each and every sizes, right? LPS using KMP algorithm, yes. Ajay, that is J, that is going to work. But what is the logic behind using that? I need questions on string pattern using regex today in India. Saurabh, you need to learn dynamic programming for that. find minimum substring and then check. So minimum substring is going to be of length 1. So how are you going to use this? And guys, there can be repetition inside the substring as well. I can have A, B, B, A, and then again A, B, B, A, B, B, A. In this case, I have a substring of length 4, which is A, B, B, A, which is repeating. Okay. There is no condition that the repeating substring should have unique characters. You can have repetition inside the substring as well. Difference between two occurrence of character must be equal. Again, Prakash, can you see this? This is violating your observation, right? Check for all the substrings which are having length that is a factor of original string length. So again, Arun Kumar, you are going to check for each and every possible substring, right? Any substring that can be a contender, you will be checking for that, right? Can we use stack Komal? You can definitely use anything that you want, but the problem has to be solved, right? So you are free to use any data structure. Find the distinct character in the string using map, then use sliding window of size equal to number of distinct character. Okay, so in that case, Dipanshu, if I talk about this example, you will be using a sliding window of size 2 because there are exactly two distinct characters, right? But if you use a sliding window of size 2, you will get false. Whereas the answer should be true because this string of size 4 is repeating. Hey Kaustubh, how are you? Identify repeating string and push. Azim, that is the question, how to identify the repeating string. You are starting your algorithm from the question itself. Is this problem NP hard? No. This problem has a linear solution. Okay, guys. Let us discuss the solution. Okay. Uh, so if the string is formed by repeating the substrings, what if I join the end to the start? I have AB, AB, AB. Okay. What if I create a circular list? So AB, AB, AB. Right. So if a string of size 2 is repeating, this is my original string AB, AB, AB. If a size 2 is repeating, then from index 2, I will again have the exact same string, right? From here again, AB, AB, AB. I have another string which is exactly the same. From index 4 again, I have exactly the same string of the same length, right? Is this thing making sense to you guys? If you just join the end to the start and you create a circular string, and if there is a pattern which is repeating, currently we don't know whether the pattern is repeating or not. But if there is a pattern which is repeating, then you will find the same string again and again in that circular string. Does this observation make sense to everyone? We can take another example. Let's say that we have A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. Okay. Now here you can again observe that this is your original string from A to C, right? And again you get same string ABC, 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 right? Starting from index 3. And then you can get another same string starting from this index, ending here, right? So you will be getting multiple copies of the same string inside that circle. If you just join the end and start. Okay. KPSR 36, are you not getting what I'm trying to say? So you can also assume this thing that let us say that you have a chain, right? If you have a chain, now if what is a chain? Chain is nothing but this is a sequence of similar type of things, right? You have a ring of gold and you attach another ring of gold to it and you keep attaching, you get a chain, correct? Now if you join these two, correct, then which is the start, which is the end, you don't know, right? You can actually say that this part is my start or this part is my start. All of them are going to give you a chain of the exact same length. Similarly, here you can assume this whole string as a chain. If you join these two, now which is the start, you don't know. From any start, you can get the exact same string of the same length, correct? Now, actually adding the end to the start is going to be difficult and that is going to be hard. What we can do is we can add the same string. If we add the same string at the end of it, so let us say that I have AB, 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 right? Now, if I add the exact same string, append the exact same string after this, okay? So I have made an observation that if there exists such a case that a substring is repeating and then forming the complete string, then in the circular string, I will be getting multiple copies of the same string, right? I'm not able to create a circular string. Hence, I have added this same string. I have appended this string to itself, okay? Now if in this complete string, if I am able to get a copy of the original string, can I say that a pattern is repeating? If I am able to find, the occurrence of AB, AB, AB inside this string, can I say that a pattern is repeating? Okay, so I have created this string just by doubling the original string. So this will definitely be searched here and here, right? So we should make sure that we are not searching the original strings. So what we will do is we will try to search in this box. Okay. Now, if in this box, if I am able to identify an occurrence of the original string, can I say that a pattern is going to repeat? Yes, no. Let's take a generalized example. Let us not take specific example. Let's say that I have a string a1, a2, a3, a4, a5, a6. Okay. If this is the string, what I am proposing is let us append itself to itself. So I will be having a1, a2, a3, a4, a5, a6. And now try to find the occurrence of the original string. The original string is a1, a2, a3, a4, a5, a6. If I directly try to search it, I will definitely find it here, right? Because this is the exact same string. So I will have to make sure that I'm not trying to search in the original string. So I will search in this box. Okay. Now, if we are searching in this box and if we get an occurrence, let us assume that I get an occurrence here. What does it mean? If these two are similar, right? In this case, you can see that this is the actual case, right? If you are searching for an occurrence of this string, you get it here. What does this mean? This means that if these two are equal, this means that A3 is equal to A1 and A4 is equal to A2 and A5 is equal to A3 and A6 is equal to A4, right? Because if these two strings are similar, then character wise character, they are going to be exactly the same, right? So A1 is going to be equal to A5 and A2 is equal to A6. I have written this string here and this string here, correct? Now I am able to see that A3 is equal to A1, A4 is equal to A2, and A1 is equal to A5, A2 is equal to A6. What does this mean? Let us also join these two. If these two equations are correct, then A3, A4 is going to be equal to A1, A2. Similarly, A5, A6 is going to be equal to A3, A4. Similarly, A1, A2 is going to be equal to A5, A6. Now you can see that these two are equal and these two are equal and these two are also equal. This means that each and every term is same. Now does this make sense? What have we just proved? We have proved that A1, A2 is equal to A3, A4, which is equal to A5, A6, which means that this is a substring which is repeating. Does this make sense to everyone? Right, let's take an example of a size 3 substring, right? So if we have abc abc abc, and okay, let's take a smaller string. Now if let's say this is the string, first we just append it to itself, so we get abc abc. Now we'll be finding the occurrence of the original string in this new string. And just to make sure that we are not searching in the first occurrence of this string, we are removing the first character and the last character. Okay. Now, if we search this string, where are we going to find it? This string can be found here. ABC, ABC. Correct? Let us write a generalized version also. So this is nothing but A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6. And we have appended A1, A2, A3. A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6. And now we are searching for A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6. We are searching this in this part. Okay. And as per this case, we are finding it after the third character, right? So we are going to find it here. What does this mean? This means that A4 is equal to A1, then A5 is equal to A2, then A6 is equal to A3, then A1 is equal to A4, A2 is equal to A5, and A3 is equal to A6. Okay. Again, if you just combine these two equations, what do you get? You get that A4, A5, A6 is same as A1, A2, A3. Right? This is also showing the same thing, which means that this is a substring which is repeating. Okay. Take example of ABC BAC. Okay, ABC BAC. Okay, this is the string which is given. We just append the same string. We append ABC BAC. Now we remove the first character, we remove the last character, and we try to find the occurrence of ABC BAC in this. Are we able to find an occurrence here? I can search that A is here, but then B is not there. Then A, B, C is here, B, A. So this string is not being able to find. So I am not able to find the occurrence of this string inside this given string, right? Which means that if you join this string, if you create a circular string, you are not going to find another occurrence of the same string, which means that there is no such pattern which is repeating. Okay. Why to specifically remove first and last character? Okay, so why are we removing the first character? See, this s dash, this is the string s dash. This is created by concatenating the string s and s. This means that you have this string s, you have this string s, and by concatenating them you have created s dash. Now you are searching for an occurrence of s. Correct? If you don't remove any character, don't you think that you will directly find a match here? The first n characters are going to be exactly the same as this string because these two are exactly the same. to make sure that you are not matching it with the original copy here, we are just removing one character. Okay. Now, similarly, since this is also the exact same string, we don't want S to be matched here with this second copy. So that is why we are removing this character as well. Now, what we are proposing is, if you find another occurrence of S inside this part, then that means that this string, if you join the strings end and start, then you will be able to find the occurrence there, which means that there is a pattern which is repeating. Okay. Bhavya Sai, is it clear why we are removing the last and the first character? XXKS creations XX, is it clear now? Santosh, you think about that yourself. If you remove any random character, first of all, what is the purpose of removing the character? Okay. Second thing is, if you remove any random character, does our initial observation holds true? What was the observation? The observation was that if these parts are repeating, then you will be able to find another occurrence of the string inside this circular string. If you remove a random character, right, you break the link. Now these two links are not exactly the same. Right? So first try to understand what is the physical significance of removing the characters. Then you yourself just think that will removing a random character make sense here. Okay. You always want, what are we trying to emulate here? Right? We want to have a circular string. Right? If you can create a circular string, then we will go with that. Else, just to make sure that we are having a circular string, we are just adding the same string after it. Now this is also representation of the same string in a circular way. Okay. What about just B? Okay, so Agat has another question. What about just B? If let's say the string is B, 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 B. Okay, now what is the first step? Just add the exact same string. Then you can check in this string. Are you able to find the original string? Are you able to find? Yes, this string is found here only, right? So you can say that A2 is equal to A1 and A3 is equal to A2 and A4 is equal to A3 and so on, right? So this means that you have got a repeating substring which is of length 1. Okay. Okay, so is this now clear to everyone? Given string is B. Okay. So you are saying that given string is only B, correct? So now for this you can directly check. This is something that you can do on your own, right? You can directly check that the length of the string should at least be 2. Then only a substring will repeat, right? So I will not discuss this. You can add this to your code yourself. Okay. Okay, guys, so now I will end this session. Please solve all the assignment problems. Okay, and if you are struggling with the assignment problems, try to figure out the solution. Try to learn what is it that you are doing wrong. Okay, how you can optimize your code, because self-learning is very important. Okay, so please solve all the problems and then see you in the next session. Sakshi, now check that yourself. How you proceed towards solution. Okay, Azim, guys, if you all of you, this is for all of you, if you feel that finding solutions to you is very hard, right? If you feel that there are problems for which you are not able to get the solutions, but when you see the solution, it seems like how to think about the solution yourself. always keep in mind that problem solving is exactly same as pattern matching. There are fixed set of patterns of problems. If you visit each and every pattern, if you solve enough number of problems of each and every pattern, you will be able to solve every problem. Okay, so just keep practicing, keep visiting different patterns, keep solving multiple problems of all the patterns, and then you will be able to solve a new problem as well. Okay. Okay, guys, I will now end this session. Good night to everyone.